Morning, everybody. It's 8:15, and I'm getting to this early because the only economic news we have, which is the PMI for manufacturing and service, don't come until 9:45. Asia is mixed. Europe is lower, and we had a bunch of earnings beats, and most actually are on the downside. We had Zoom yesterday, whose growth rate is slowing, but earnings still, in fact, beat, as did revenues. You have to remember that at the height of the pandemic, this was a $600 stock. And in the last 2 weeks or so, it's come from 291 all the way down to 217. The last on it is 221.75, and that's down 2053 or 8.3%. Urban Outfitters also beat. It closed yesterday 37.27, up $1.10, traded right down to 32.32. Last is 33.13, down 4.14 or 11%. Dick's Sporting Goods beat. The stock is 142.50, and that is up 222. Best Buy beat, and the stock is 122, down 16 or 11.5%. We had a couple of little companies that had great results here, not on earnings, but on drugs. AADI, which is AADI Bio, has an FDA approval for its first treatment for cancer. The stock closed 25.52 last night, traded as high as 42.40. 47.40. The last is 33.50. That's up 7.78 or 31%. And LGVN, which I've been discussing here since last Thursday, has moved from a low last Thursday or Wednesday of 292 to a high of 45.50 yesterday. Last is 27.10, and that is down $1.10, taking a little fluff out of that. But in the relative short term, we're talking about a stock that traded for 3 that is trading at 27. That's 900%. On the commodity side, we have the Biden administration loaning oil out of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. This is really bullshit. They're talking about releasing 50 million barrels, which is less than a 3-day supply. So this is totally optics. They're trying to help, but forgetting those optics as a loan instead of a giveaway and repurchase, they're putting the onus on the oil companies. So this is just another Biden administration anti-oil energy. And while that's politically interesting, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense economically. The chart on the screen is the bonds, and they are sharply lower again. This is the weekly. We topped out. I put this little arrow and question mark here in Sunday's chart because of what looked like a reversal after being up on the day to close down 1 1/16 for the week. Then we had another move down on the daily chart. You can see a little bit better here. Looks like we are headed back, if we don't stop right here at 159.5. It looks like we will come back lower into this 158. The line here is around 157.5. The bottoms here, this little double bottom, is closer to 157 even. So the reappointment of Powell and Brainerd as vice chair doesn't really affect it, except that Biden now has 3 more seats to fill, and I'm kind of assuming that they're going to be very dovish individuals. The oil is down about 30 cents, so really no action there. What's disturbing here is that the gold is 1790, down 15, while silver is down 67. The copper, which personally I'm long, is up about 1.1 cents, and I think that that's beginning to look like a really interesting trade. It looks to me like they're really trying to break that out back to the upside. You can see here that there's been a downtrend line that comes right through. Let me just draw it for you so you can see. And we're just right on that and popping up above it. This is the same way that we had the setup in the gold before it had its recent run, and I'll show you that. Also a very bullish formation. I'll go to the weekly, and you can see that we came from this downtrend, bounced up above, ran into resistance here, and then came right back down into that area. As far as the stock futures, we have the Dow's implied open up 34. S&P looks to be down about $1 and change, and the Nasdaq is slightly lower also. All right, everyone, have a good day. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the bell for notifications, and I'll be back later.